I own a lot of games, and with that in mind, along with seeing people do platinum collections recently, I decided to become an achievement hunter. Well, not that kind exactly. But I thought to myself, what better game to start this hunt than a game that I know and love? Crash Team Racing originally came out in 1999, developed by Naughty Dog, and is a kart racer that funnily enough was originally a PlayStation only release, so my first achievement hunting video is technically on a PlayStation exclusive. Anyway, it was re-released in 2019 with content from Crash Nitro Kart and Crash Tag Team Racing included, which came out in 2003 and 2005 respectively. The game comes with 47 achievements in total, with most being tied to the adventure mode. I had played the original CTR religiously as a kid and even put some good time into it on my PS4 when this edition first came out, so I thought that getting every achievement was going to be a cakewalk. I got 4 achievements, that being Super Boost, That's How I Roll, Natural, and Alchemist, just by doing a few practice races. Hold up. That was ugly. Yeah. Ooh, get snagged! Alchemist! Boom, baby, that's another achievement. So without a second thought, I jumped straight into the adventure mode on hard difficulty to get the Yeehaw achievement, along with the story achievements, and oops. Wow, really? Oh, come on. I'm not doing too hot. I need to do better. What is happening? I'm doing horribly. Get out of my way. What? Oh, what just happened? Oh no, baby. This isn't good. Let's just do that real quick. Needless to say, I needed a bit more practice to get through hard mode, and I was even less aware of the fact that hard mode was going to be the absolute least of my worries in this 100% run. The only plus side is that while trying hard mode, I got the Puddle Hopper and Can't Hide From Me achievements, so there was a plus side to the struggle. I decided to do the adventure mode on the classic difficulty, which is technically what I was already used to from years past, and now the grind could officially begin. Side note, the adventure mode is ripped straight from the original CTR without any of the newer game's content added in, and personally, I like it that way because the OG adventure mode was really well made, and it's a blast to get through, and still is to this day. The first achievement we grabbed on the restart was Get Off Me, which is pretty natural to acquire just through shaking off a TNT crate, and after our first adventure mode win and almost an hour into the playthrough, I was starting to regain some confidence. Getting that first win also grants us with the achievement Off to a Good Start, and we really were off to a good start because by the time we got our first win, we already snagged 8 achievements, so this was going to be a pretty easy 100%, right? After blazing through the first 4 races of the adventure mode, we find our first boss race in Ripper-Roo, a crazy blue dog thing that wants to beat us to Oxide for the final race. Each boss race has the boss throwing unlimited items behind them, so the only ways to win is to dodge everything they throw behind them, or simply get in front of them and stay there. Good for me, and bad for Ripper, I toasted him after the first lap. Within the race, I got Burning Rubber for drifting 500 times, and then beating him granted me the Crazier Than the Ripper, and I also got Expert Dodger for not getting hit by a single one of his projectiles. This truly set my confidence through the roof after having 11 achievements to our name, and they weren't anywhere close to stopping yet, as we got the Arena Explorer for doing the first Crystal Challenge, which unlocks after each boss, and then Spare Change for completing our first CTR Challenge, which is a good time to bring up how to 100% the adventure mode itself. Each world has 4 races and then a boss. After beating the boss, a crystal challenge unlocks, and then every track in the world has a CTR challenge and a relic race to complete. I could tell you about each one, but I'll let Uka Uka tell you because holy hell, I love his voice actor in this game. It is so good.
Collect the letters C, T, and R on each track and come in first place to win a CTR token. Beware, some letters are hard to find. Get the lowest time you can by racing fast and breaking time crates. Each time crate you break will freeze the clock. If you achieve a low enough time, you will be rewarded a relic.
Did you guys hear how he just said clock? Race against the clock! Bro put some stank on that shit, dude. While doing the CTR challenge, we got half pipe karting for doing the shortcut on Sewer Speedway, and then hyperspeed for finishing first on a race while being in last place at the beginning of the last lap. We then doubled back and got all 4 relics in the first world, giving us Sprinter for completing the first relic race, and we were on to World 2. Side note, I had no idea you could use Uka Uka to open up the door for the temple track shortcut, so we got that one borderline on accident. How nice. After wrapping up World 2, getting Pyramid Parkour for the shortcut, and Me Fast, You Slow for beating the Papu Papu Tofu boss, I was doing the CTR challenges and was a good bit behind Crash. Feeling ready to reset, I held on wondering if I could squeak by a win, and squeak I sure did. I think I am. I don't think there's any way for me to get back to Crash unless I get a good item here. Oh! Oh, let's go! Get fucked! What? Photo finish, baby! That was gorgeous! Holy heavens. I got photo finish in the process, which I totally assumed I'd have to manufacture instead of getting naturally, so we take those. I took a little break from the main game to get some miscellaneous achievements, getting Drifter, Master Drifter, and Unstoppable all basically on accident while detouring to get Nitro Nostalgia for coming in first place on every single track in the game, and also grabbing every Beanox crate on each map. Does getting every single Beanox crate get you an achievement? No. But what it does come with is an extra special character that has such an absurd amount of swagger that anyone would want to use them as their main racer. So I knew I had to grab all the Beanox crates, and once I did, my reward was finally mine to use. There's no like little fanfare of unlocking what we got. Yeah, there we go. We got a checkpoint crate as a character, baby. How fucking stupid. I can't believe that I just wasted like an extra hour to do that. Oh my god, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I love it so much. Funnily enough, a little quirk about the checkpoint crate as a character is that the game has absolutely no idea what side you're supposed to be on, so sometimes it'll throw you with the good guys, other times you're the bad guy, and once or twice I think it even gave me Spyro's special power-up a time or two, so that's pretty funny. While acquiring the greatest racer of all time, I also snagged Arctic Hurdler, Dungeon Vaulter, and Rearviewed for my efforts, and also the Christmas map Gingerbread Joyride has a Beanox crate in an awful position, and it took me 10 tries to get it, with the worst part of those 10 tries being that you have to go and complete a full lap of the track again to get another chance to grab it, so yeah, that was super fun and awesome. 10 out of 10 times. Speaking of super fun and awesome, I had a brutal time getting wintertime off-roading back when I was in the adventure mode because I didn't have the skill set yet to do the shortcut over the river without turbo, and jumping over fences is apparently the hardest thing on planet Earth, so that was a wonderful waste of time on this 100% run, but that achievement is over and I'm glad that it is. Jump, you idiot! I'm in last! You guys are literally lapping me. Jesus. Oh my god. Wintertime off-roading. That sucks. Boo. Back on the adventure mode, we got minecarting in the process, which also gives us I Know the Way for getting every shortcut achievement in the game. Shortly afterwards, I beat the Sassy Snake Komodo Joe, getting us the Como Done and setting us up for World 4, the final world in the game, which also grabs us Nitro Nostalgia because I forgot that I came in third on Cortex Castle while getting the Beanox crates, but that brings us to the final main game boss, Pinstripe, and while being about a half a mile away from him, we got Why Don't You Get a Job for beating him at the end of the race. In terms of normal races, we could race Oxide now and complete the game, but we still have the rest of the CTR challenges, relic races, and gem cups to complete. After a short time, we grabbed Token Collector for the CTR challenges. To get the final relics, we would have to do the gem cups. The gem cups are 4 set races in a Grand Prix style, so all you have to do is win 4 races of a mixed bag of tracks that you've already completed multiple times. After completing the first one, we get Booyah Grandma, and shortly afterwards we get Gem Collector for acquiring them all, which then allows us to get Relic Collector with the unlocked final relic race. Also, the purple gem is against all 4 bosses in each of their respective tracks, and I think that's pretty cute. After that, I decided to grab a few more miscellaneous achievements, getting Oh Shiny for finishing the rest of the crystal challenges that are outside of the main adventure, and then getting Weapon Technician and Juiced Up for using every item in the game both regularly and, well, juiced up. Who would have thunk? A few of the items are exclusively in battle mode, so while getting those few items, we also grabbed the Dominator for winning in every type of battle in the battle mode. So then, that leads us into what is without question the hardest achievements in the entire game, and no, it is not beating the game on hard mode. The new Time Master and Gazmoxian Slug require you to beat every track's time trials, first for Entropy and then Nitrous Oxide's time. On paper, it sounds maybe a little difficult, a bit annoying perhaps, but not only do you have to do every time separately, meaning you have to do the same track 3 times each for the achievements, but Oxide is on that good boost in Nitro Kart because he absolutely flies through each track, and his times generally ended up around 15 to 20 seconds ahead of my original times. So I had my work cut out for me. I sat my white ass down and grinded because I knew this wasn't going to be an easy task, and an easy task it was not. Alright fellas, we made it through every single one of these tracks. Tiny Temple and whatever Komodo Joe's track is were horrible. I did not like them at all. And even Crash Cove kind of sucked. But anyways, we're on, I hope, the last one. I don't think I have to do the bonus tracks for the achievement, so we are going to go ahead and get into it. Alright, I definitely had a bit of a rough go for the first attempt, but the fact that Entropy has a 5-second jump ahead of me can only mean that Oxide probably has like a 15-second jump ahead of me, so we might have to batten down the hatches and try our nuts off for this last one. So let us just pray. As soon as I see that achievement pop, I'm going to squeal and never play a time trial again. Whoa, 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 he jumped like way ahead of me, hold on. So basically I was pretty well aware of all of like the main game, like the original Crash Team Racing tracks, but I don't know anything about these, and apparently, oh, there it is. I had no idea that that shortcut even existed until I just saw Entropy do it, so whoops. So that's gonna be beneficial. Alright, let's just reset. Yee-hoo! Whoa, damn! Hold on. How does he hold the Ultra Sacred boost right there? Somehow loses like a ton of speed right here. Well, I literally just jumped over the fucking boost pad. It's not gonna help me at all. Oh, I don't want to do this. I had timed my first 3 streams to see an estimate of how long everything would take me to complete, and getting the first 42 achievements took me just under 11 hours. And if you're keeping track, you may be wondering how I only got 42 achievements when we've only gone over 41. And it's as simple as me accidentally getting the boom achievement for hitting 2 people with 1 bowling bomb off stream while testing out a few things. And that's my bad. But anyways, 11 hours, 42 achievements, really not bad timing, I don't think. So how long did the time trials take me? 8 hours. A full 8 hours of grinding the same track over and over again, falling time after time to accidentally tapping a wall or losing the Ultra Boost without even understanding how I did. 8 grindy hours later, we grabbed the new Time Master, and after a couple more tries, we completed and could acquire the Gasmoxian Slug. Oh my god. There we have it, the Gasmoxian Slug. Beat all of Nitrous Oxide's time in time trial. That feels so good. It's so exhausting at the same time. Like, oh my god. I know I said it at the beginning of this clip, but it literally took me like as long to do this as it took me to do everything else. That was a slog. This game is fantastic and I love it, but dear god. Alright, I never want to see the time trial screen ever again. Let's go! A weight felt lifted after I finished that last track. It felt like I could finally breathe again. No more sweating, sitting fully in gamer position, making my eyes bloodshot, and swearing to grab Oxide by his hybrid nose mouth and slapping upside the head a few dozen times. It was over. Or was it? We still had the hard mode playthrough to do before we could finish our 100% save and complete the game. And from what I saw when we first started, it was so difficult I couldn't even beat Crash Cove after trying multiple times. So, was the grind only just beginning? No, not at all. Hard mode felt like easy mode plus after doing all those time trials. Other than a few silly mistakes, we managed to burn through the entire hard mode run in just under an hour and some change. Doing so earned us Yeehaw and Interstellar Challenge for beating the adventure mode on hard and beating Oxide for the first time. Beating Oxide once and for all requires us to beat every other thing in the campaign, and thankfully we already did that over the last couple days on our classic playthrough, so all we had to do was jump into our 97% save and race Oxide just one more time. So here it was, after all the grinding, every time trial, and hard mode conquered, doing everything we had to do. The last slice of this 100% pie was our last race with Oxide, and I was ready to fight tooth and nail for this last achievement. That is until I beat the absolute brakes off him and probably had around a 30-second lead on him because of how much more difficult everything was before this, so somewhat lukewarmly but extremely satisfyingly, our 100% was complete, and I could truly call myself the galaxy's fastest. That was one of the most fun things I had ever done, and I think I have officially gotten the achievement hunting, platinum trophy acquiring, 100% running bug. And with Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled officially beaten, and after 20 hours and 16 minutes of playtime, 47 achievements in my possession, I can gladly say that I enjoyed the hell out of it. I would give the full completion, quite honestly, a 9 out of 10 ranking. I might be slightly biased because I love kart racers, but it's such a satisfying grind, even with its frustrations. Seeing myself go from slightly skilled at the game to burning through any obstacle it threw at me just felt so satisfying and rewarding to accomplish. But with all of that said, Crash can turn off the kart and go back to bed. Thank you all for watching, it truly does mean the most. You can follow my Twitch to see these 100%s done live, because I have many more coming in the future, and I hope you all enjoyed watching this as much as I enjoyed playing and making this video for you. Without further ado, until next time, stay positive, stay hydrated, and I will catch you in the next one.